Johnny, 4 stories.
You
never
dude, you
told me
haven't.
that till you signed the lease. You didn't say nothing about 4 floors and shit. And I've been having nightmares about it every night. You're gonna
Why?
become a
Why have you been having nightmares?
because you're gonna stay in your house like the Unabomber and just have
No.
Mexicans go up and down with food delivery. You're gonna be killing Mexicans. That's 3 fucking flights a day for the poor guy from the deli or the Mexican joint. I told you, I know you should get a pogo stick, like a pogo stick for the 4 floors,
Dude, I
or
would.
or a trampoline on the side of the fucking building, so you could just boing and land right in your balcony. There, you said you could land right in your balcony.
I could, yeah, actually. But here, the thing is I feel like, what if I missed?
Then you're on Jackass. No big fucking deal. When you send your footage to Jackass, and we make money that way. You know what I'm saying? Even while you're in the hospital bandaging up, you'll be getting checks from Jackass and Funny or Die and YouTube. We'll make a fucking small million. I'll promote that thing. 20 million. More than Cat Williams on fucking Club Shay Shay.
Oh yeah, if there's a video of me fucking bouncing on a trampoline and then missing my balcony and just falling all the way 5 stories to the ground.
We'll find the hidden footage from the zip line and we'll put them together and it'll be like a fucking America's funniest home videos. Lee Syatt. How was your weekend, brother?
My weekend was great. I loved being with Jesus. Comedically, it was a little rough. Like Wednesday, I had a great show. It went like really fantastic. And then I like Thursday and Friday were a little rough for me. I just couldn't figure it out, and it got better every show. Yeah, I went up. It was a 2-man show.
Yeah, that's you're having a hard time with that, and that's understandable. Let me ask you a question. What was our plan in the beginning of the summer?
To be like the king of this area.
Nope.
What's that then?
To get your own room.
Yes.
That is the most important thing in the world at your level right now.
It's the first thing on my list in New York.
I want you to go up on stage first and get used to fucking dealing with that. On the podcast, on the church, which is over 4 years this weekend when we shut it down. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I stressed the gift of MCing. It was like I talked about it with everybody, you know, and I figured out even my struggles. Like when I was in comedy, the first fucking year, I was going up to a fucking warm room, a cold room, warm. And I didn't have the skills. I would bomb every week. And I thought it was the material. And I would stay up nights and write 5 new minutes of material. And that wasn't it. And I tried going out to music, and that wasn't it. That lightened them up a little bit. But it was brutal for me until I saw what I was, instead of running from it, like most people do, like, oh, I'm featuring tonight. Okay. You just run from it. It's just not what we want to do. We want that money. We want that extra $25. And that's why I tell you, having your own room once a week, committing to it. Tuesday night, like Sheba. You know, and by now Sheba's burnt on it, right? Like you get burnt out on it. But let me tell you something. For a year, if you go up twice a week first, the education, it's a college education. It's a college education. Because what happens to guys like you is before the show starts, you take a peek outside. When you take a peek outside the curtain, that's the worst thing a comic could do.
Really?
Yeah. I never look outside. You ever see me look outside when I get to a place?
The only thing you do is blow smoke outside.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I do not. Because when I used to look at the audience, I would size them up, and I was always wrong. You're always going to be wrong, okay? I was wrong 99 out of 100. When I first started, if I saw a guy that looked like me with white hair, I'd panic. Lee, panic, shit my pants. Oh, there's 4 white guys with white hair. You're not going to like me. Don't look out there. It's like when the girl goes, I'm going to give you a piece of pussy for the first time. And you're in a hotel all hot and sticky, and she comes out of the shower for the first time, and she shows you that fucking monkey as she walks out. That's it. You want that feeling. I don't ever want the feeling that I know them. I look and I go, oh, there's a bachelorette party in the front row. I'm dead.
Right? Yeah, that definitely happens.
Or you go, I'm going to just bachelorette them to death, and you go away from your material. And it's a mediocre set, but you made them laugh. But the rest of the audience got alienated.
Right. Oh, there's so much. And then like even going up first, people are getting seated when you're on stage. And like
They're ordering.
Yeah.
They're ordering meals. They're thinking about what cocktail they want. They're wondering if they turn the oven off at their house. They wonder if they put the alarm on. That's when you start to panic, before that light goes off at 5 to 8. Everything comes into your mind. Oh, my God, tomorrow, as you do that second shot with your friends, you're like, tomorrow I got to go to church at 9 a.m., So you got to take them out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take them out of that. And there's only one way to take them out of it, is by getting their attention.
That's very smart. Okay. But you said like the music didn't work. So like getting their attention with like how
the music worked, especially if I went in front of a black audience.
Okay.
Black music on, like BT Express or like real black music. And I went out there and danced, and then I'd improvise for a little while, and then I'd hit them with the 4 minutes of written material I had. So I learned how to maneuver myself in there, but still, I was still missing the point. And I told you that when I got to the store, maybe a year after, I became the house MC, and I stuck to it. Like it was my favorite night of the week, going to the store and hosting on Sunday nights.
And was that for the mic or a regular show?
The pros. I did both of them, but I enjoyed the pros because if not, you have to walk up and down every 3 fucking minutes. It's like moving into your building. You know what I'm saying? You fucking walk up and down every 3 minutes. That's too much.
Right.
And the open micers don't listen. They don't listen. They have their own priority. Not that I would tell them what to do, but I would say simple things like, hey, man, don't touch the mic. It's fucked up tonight. First thing these cocksuckers do is touch the mic.
Right.
Then they bomb, and they blame it on the mic. Why did you touch the fucking mic? I just told you the mic is fucked up,
Right,
but
absolutely.
people run away from that position. Everybody wants to headline. Everybody wants to be Johnny Goomba. But unless you know how to MC, you'll never really learn how to headline. And now you look at Dave Chappelle. All these guys love to go out there and bring up comics. It's fucking great.
It's a completely different thing. And like I have to say, like Jesus, if anyone's watching and hasn't watched Jesus Trejo, he's like only a couple years older than me, but it just has so much knowledge. And like we sat down after the first night, we sat down for a while, and he like talked me through things and gave me some tips, and it got better every show thanks to him. But you're right, it's completely different, and it's something that I'm like, it's like the by far the weakest part of my act, I guess, or my me being a comic.
So now is when you have to think like an athlete and work on that weakness. And anytime you go to any of these bar shows, just go like that. I want to go up first.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I want to destroy and fuck you guys up, but because I'll host. I'll go up there, do a minute in between everybody, and it's all new material. When you're hosting, you're improvising. That was fucking spectacular. The guy lit his feet on fire, whatever. It's always you learn how to fucking maneuver. It's a great world to really conquer. I'm real confident about my stand-up because of that. Because I know I could just go up cold. And I don't give a fuck. I could just go up there and just fight through the first 3 minutes.
But how does that like relate to you when you're like headlining now, or if you're on a showcase? Like I know you obviously can, but like how do you?
Because
what do you take from that?
When you headline now, you headline in a rush.
Okay.
You're in a rush. You don't have the confidence. You don't have, and there's something else like the confidence, but the ability to pause it down, to slow it down. It just, with a not season. And I tell you this because I went through it.
Mm-hmm.
I went through it. I went on the road to headline in 2005, and it was a fucking disaster. The confidence was there, but the skill was not.
Something I said to Jesus was like he was amazing at just going where they took him. Like he addressed certain things in the room. I love like he would talk to the audience a little bit, and like he didn't force his material at all.
No, explain it to him. You know, it's time, Lee. It's time, and this is it. This every 6 months, you'll find a hole in your game, and you fill it. And every 6 months, you fill it. You know, the first 2 years of comedy, I just went up there and talked shit. Never had a notebook. Didn't think I needed it.
Wow.
Always thought that something was going to come out of the sky and touch me while I was up there. What I learned was how to bomb gracefully. You learn how to bomb gracefully. For a year, you'll bomb like, fuck you guys. You guys suck. You didn't take your sense of humor pills. You know what? It's all your stupid little fucking excuses. But after years, you find out that it's not working. Let me go where they think. What are they thinking right now? That I'm a fucking bum. Who is this guy? So let's play with him.
Right.
You know what? I'm really not a comedian tonight. They just called me last minute. You know, just start fucking with them. And God knows where it'll take you. Let's get this fucking party started on a Tuesday morning, August the 20th. It's a beautiful motherfucking Tuesday morning. It's nice and warm. What up, Mook?
I had a great week. Like today was honestly one of the best days. Like I'm gonna remember it forever. Like I got my keys to my first New York apartment. I'm so excited. And yeah, I love that you're giving me shit for the 4 stories, and it does suck. It does suck.
He's never came up till after you signed the lease, so I knew there was a by the way here.
Dude, I went back. It was a crazy thing because I was there last week.
Teasing you, brother.
Oh, I know. I love that you tease me. I'm not mad at you at all. It's if you weren't teasing me, I think something was wrong. I'm like, are you okay? Did you go to the doctor?
I hope that it all works out. You know, I hope you don't have a rope on the side. You know, that's the other thing. You can put a rope on the side like Batman and climb up and work on your upper body. Hey, listen, there's always a positive here. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it. What I wanted to talk to you about was today is 4 years since I moved here.
That's wild. 4 years. Okay.
In, you know, 10 now you left a couple days before me. You left that Friday. Mm-hmm. You left like the 8th or something. And it was 2 lonely days without you. It was weird. And then I got up. I had all these weapons accumulated. So our boy came over. I gave him like 10 machine guns and handguns and shit. And we just went to the airport, to Burbank, and we flew out of Burbank. And I was sadly, you know, let me tell you something. Let's get back to the story here. That was all fucked up. Like, I got to tell you, Lee, I was fucked up at that time. I was so deep in the edibles, the podcasts, the stand-up. It's hard to explain where I was. And the anxiety was eating me alive. Like the anxiety was I was doing everything I could just to push through it. Xanax, coffee, like anything. And it was just feeding my anxiety. And I still remember the night that Terry told me, like, we got the house. And I'm like, and I was not happy for like an hour. I was like, that's the end of everything. And I'm like, what do we do here? You know, you were barely walking.
Yeah.
That time. You were falling asleep on Twitch. I wasn't sleeping. I was up till 2, 3 in the morning at night. And I wouldn't remember the last 3 hours. Like I would wake up in the morning and I ordered flowers and shit like that for people. And it was just wildly. I was getting up at 7, running to the computer without giving my mind a charge. At 9 o'clock, I was already on the phone with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one, I was on the phone with you every morning, and then the second call was my agent and manager. Like, what the fuck is going on today? Like, it was wildly. And the pandemic came, and I was happy. What kept us alive was doing that podcast with the mask on, and it was fucking insane. It was really insane looking back at it now. And just getting to tell you that, listen, we're wrapping this up. And it was very hard to not bring you with me. Like, it was very fucking hard. But I knew we were just going to land here and keep going until one of us died. I always knew that. At that time, I felt like shit. The pandemic was starting to make me feel better. I was sleeping a little bit. I was home. You didn't have to go to the store. You didn't have anything to do, basically, except go to the podcast room and get high.
We wore masks, but we still got fucked up.
Fucking ketamine. It was just, and I still remember like feeling bad. Like, what am I going to do with Lee? Like, what the fuck? But we're going to kill each other. Either I'm going to die on him in a podcast room, or that poor kid's going to die on me. He's asking me not to take him to the is he in the hospital? That was
a different night.
But it just wasn't normal. And then if you thought my world was fucked in LA, when I got here, it was really fucked, Lee.
In what way?
Like, I didn't leave. When I first got to Jersey, I think it was a Tuesday maybe or a Monday or something. I basically left that apartment. We had like a corporate apartment, and I basically went just to jump in the pool. I would swim.
Mm-hmm.
There was no weights. There was no kettlebells. There was no punching bag. I would just swim. The only thing that saved me in Somerset was the food. I just got off. Everything was open in Jersey. I was getting mussels. I was getting pizza. It was fucking phenomenal over there, the food. The bagels in the morning. I was going to this bagel place. And it took me about 5 days to finally drive up north. I had no idea where I was going. They taught me how to use that driving app.
GPS.
I remember the first night I went up there, I got pulled over. First night. Cop pulled me over. And because I saw him. I was looking at the phone for directions. I didn't know you left it in there and it talked to you over the speak. I didn't know any of that shit. I never had those things. I always had a map. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I got pulled over and he started laughing when he saw me. And I go, I wasn't on the phone. I just moved back and I don't know how to get directions. And I'll never forget, within 5 minutes, there was 6 cop cars on the side of the road. And I'm taking pictures with them and talking with them. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. The craziness hasn't stopped. It followed me here.
Well, even on top of the craziness, like the thing that like I'm even going through right now in a similar way is how quickly it happened. Like, we moved in August, and I think we made that decision in June, something like it. Like, what at most it was 2 months. Yeah, it was like a month, maybe a month and a half of like your entire life changed. You packed up the house, we packed up the podcast studio, like you got rid of a car, you found a house you didn't even step inside of your house, which is wild.
I sent my brother to come down here and take a look. He's an inspector up in North Bergen. And I sent him down here to take a look at it. And that was it. He told me, you're going to like the house. It's solid.
That's the thing. It's just so quick. Like, change that quick is tough. Like,
my God. When I got here, and it was so weird because I wasn't here a week. And Lee, I was getting bombarded.
By who?
Friends, agents. When are you going on the road? You're in Jersey. The casino called. A casino here called. And I'm like, guys, I don't want to do anything. And I remember sitting here fucking depressed for 2 months. Like 2 months, not doing anything, lifting weights. God knows what I was doing. Smoking dope. I was going up a lot. And I was basically going up there, dropping $100 to come home. Like, I was just going. I was going up north just to get out of here and eat. And I found myself at like 320 fucking pounds. And I'm like, that's it. And then one night I went to a party and I was eating edibles, the ABXs, and
Mm-hmm.
smoking, and I ate those hash pills. Remember the hash pills? 10 to a box we used to get. I ate like 8 of them. And at dinner, I was falling asleep. And my wife was like, Joey, that's it. We just got here. At that time, I think I landed on the 20th, and on the 24th or the 25th, I had like a minor heart attack.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I went to the
dude.
doctor like 2 weeks later, and they're like, it was still in your blood. You had something. And it was the worst. I thought I was going to die one night. And
Anxiety?
anxiety, my heart was pounding out of my chest. I'm eating Xanax to try to fucking control it. It's not working. And then Fanny called me. And she's like, have you considered doing a podcast? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I can't even talk. I couldn't even look at the camera. If you look at those podcasts, I was not myself at all. Then I got the knee surgery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I basically got the knee surgery because I had so much fucking anxiety. I just went down there one day.
And got a surgery?
I just went down there like on a Thursday. He checked out my knee. And he goes, we could do it January 8th. And I was like, do it. He told me like 3 weeks before. And I remember chickening out. I was like, I'm not going to go down there. And it was a Saturday. And they wanted me to do the blood test, the whole fucking pre-thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm fucking petrified of COVID at the time.
Yeah.
And I get down there. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm going to die in here. I'm just going to die. There's 80 people in here waiting for fucking surgery. And I was just about to go, Lee, and a guy came in that I resembled a lot. Not looks, but fatness and big. And he came in and he couldn't even walk. He was my age, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had already like a walker kind of.
Oh, wow.
Do you know, Lee, this motherfucker pushed it in front of the nurse and the desk. Like when they called his name, he walked up. He fucking picked up the thing and he sat around it. He opened it up. It was a cooler. He took a beer out and then sat on the cooler with the fucking beer, and they said something to him. The guy couldn't walk. He had already like given himself up to life. Like he couldn't even walk. And I'm like, I don't want to walk in here like that guy 10 years from now.
No.
With a fucking stroller, and I just push it, lift up the thing, and it's a fucking beer keg. I'm like, oh my God.
That does sound crazy, but no, you don't want to do that.
No, and I fucking went over there, and I was like, like a week later, and I'll never forget my wife driving me. She couldn't come in with me. It was COVID.
Jesus.
And I'm like, this is not going to work because I don't do anything without my wife. You know, she's the fucking calming force behind the Cuban. When I start going off, she always like controls me and says, you know, Joey, relax. And that was brutal. And I still remember I was on the operating table. I was ready to get operated on, Lee, and the most humiliating thing that could happen to a man happened. When they shot me with all that pain shit, my dick shrunk.
Oh, no.
So I had to pee, and they're like, well, we'll put a catheter in your hole once you pass out. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm going to pee right here. And they gave me the person who was holding the pee can was a woman who was just beautiful, a young girl. And she had to hold the catheter while I'm trying to fit my dick. I can't even find my dick. I can't even find it. It was somewhere in there. It was like I did a pound of Coke. It was somewhere in there. Oh, my God. And I had to pee, and I'm trying to make eye contact with her so she won't put my dick. I think I passed out just from the embarrassment. I woke up, my fucking leg was on fire. Oh, Lee, that was some of the toughest. And then when I was the night in the hospital was when I started having those palpitations.
Mm-hmm.
Connected, and they called the doctor. The nurses came running in at like midnight. And they're like, what's going on with your heart? What's going on with your heart? And I go, I don't know. This isn't good. And I remember I had weed in the bag because I thought I was going to sneak downstairs and get high at some point. And I had rolling papers, a lighter, but they wouldn't even let me off the fucking floor. I'm like, God damn it. And I'm watching like 3 channels. I'm dying. And they came in, they calmed me down, they shot me with something. But the doctor on duty kept looking at me weird. Spanish guy from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Kept looking at me weird. He knew something that I didn't. And he left and he came back and he goes, here's my card. Do me a favor. Call me on Monday. And I must have called him 3 days later. And he's like, I've been thinking a lot about you. Can you just come in here? I want to check you out. I didn't have a heart doctor at the time or anything. And I went to see this guy. He was far. He was like an hour away. And I basically went. They drew blood. They did all that shit. And I had to go back a week later. And when I was sitting there, not even the doctor knew this. The girl said to me, what's going on with you is you're withdrawing from benzos.
Whoa, okay.
What are you talking about? And she broke it down to me. She told me what book I had to read and all this stuff and how to start my diet and change it around. And I must have bought $1,000 in fucking pills to help me, like with the feeling, because the feeling is horrible. And there was only one thing that really helped me: New Mood.
Really?
Went on one of those chat rooms and somebody said, try New Mood from Honda. It calms you down. And New Mood was calming down my withdrawal. Not a lot, a lot. Like I would have withdrawals in the morning. I would be good all day. And about fucking 1 o'clock, my life would change after the gym, after everything. And I had to get the Xanax just to fucking cut in half and take it at certain times. And then I called BetterHelp. Those are the first people I called.
Oh, and they're great.
And then I told Fanny about them, and that's how I got BetterHelp. That's how it all worked out.
Oh, I didn't know it was in that order, because I was actually just about to ask you, because like you told me this, some of it, like some of this is new to me, but you told me maybe like 8-10 months in that for like the first, it seemed like at least 6 months you were having a real rough time, and like you didn't really tell me that during when it was happening, like
because I couldn't even describe it. I couldn't sit in a room with people. The only thing that I was finding to be calming was going to the softball field. And I would just sit there.
When there was a game, or just you liked it because it was calm?
I would sit there for my daughter's practices. And then I started going every night at 6 just to watch Little League, because I was outside. I would take my shoes off and I would put my feet in the grass.
Oh, I love that.
To fucking get my balance back. It took a year for me to get my balance back, man. And I remember I did comedy. I was doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was horrible. It was horrible because I was so trapped in my withdrawal that I couldn't tap into anything. Like once I had a joke and it bombed, like that was it. There was no comeback. There was no quickness. And I'm like, I can't do this no more. This is not working. And these are all the reasons why. Like, here's what happened. I was like, fuck, I can't get on stage if I'm not going to be able to, because I could always get on stage with no material and rock the boat for 30 minutes, maybe one night, get lucky. I wasn't even doing that, Lee. I was struggling. Man.
And what do you think turned it around?
Well, it just took time. Like, okay, so we got here September of 20, right? 2020? Yeah, 2020.
You moved into the new house.
Yeah, and September 2nd. We got here August 20th. And then I rehabbed the knee, and I was starting to feel better. And I got a call from Sean. And he was like, you got to come to jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, this kid's fucking crazy. He's crazy. He's just insane. And he kept calling me going, I don't want money. I just think it's good if you come in here and move around. You might like it. I called him like in July and I go, let's do it. And I canceled. I called him. I said, let's do it. And I canceled again. And I was like, man, I got to get my life together. And I fucking called him in September. And he goes, all right, let's do it this Wednesday. And it was September 21st. It was the day The Sopranos was premiering at the Beacon Theater. It was on a Tuesday night or something. And I went in there and did a private with him. And that was the first time I had touched somebody since COVID.
Wow, that was the first time you got, and not even touched them. You were super close when you're rolling.
Super close. I was petrified. I couldn't breathe. I could only do like 2 hip escapes. It was fucking god awful, Lee. But I was like, you know, when I got up after that hour, I felt alive again. I kind of felt good. I'm like, oh, and then I went to the premiere, and there was 3,000 people in there, and everybody had to wear a mask in the movie theater. And I'm sitting here watching this movie that I've seen 10 times already with 3,000 fucking people. And I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm definitely getting COVID today.
It's funny because you're such a positive person, but then to hear you like spiral like that.
I would see 10 people. I'm like, I'm getting COVID. Like it's all over. And I didn't get COVID till that December. And I didn't get it at Jiu-jitsu. I got it at a restaurant.
Yeah. That's what I was just gonna say. I remember the first time I saw like a full restaurant. It was in Florida. It did freak me out a little bit.
That's right. You were the one that called me. You went down there and you walked into a restaurant. There was 200 people. I was like, and you were like, holy shit. And that's
I wasn't used to it.
To me, but it took the pandemic took that whole period. It wasn't even the pandemic. I got to stop saying that. It was just that time period
in your life. Yeah.
That the pandemic woke me up a lot. Mm-hmm. And it helped me, once I moved here, it helped me accept my role as a father. Like it really, I started seeing other dads and the way people work. And there's a small community here. They have a farmer's market. You know, they have the sports. They do a field day here. They try really hard. And it's beautiful. The town is beautiful. And that's what settled me in. And then I started loosening up a little bit. But man, Lee, I look back at that time like that one of the darkest times of my fucking life. Dark. Like that was dark. I had to stop talking to people. Like I had to cut all communication off with a lot of people. Not what I wanted to do. I don't like doing that, but I had to because they didn't really understand what I was going through. I had people that were calling me at 8 a.m. asking me, what are you doing today? Let's go to a bar at lunchtime. And I'm like, no. You know, I at school. During the pandemic, you didn't know whether you were going to have school. They would call half days. If your kid got sick, if somebody came in sick into the class, the rest of the class got sent home for 5 days. It was a fucking nightmare. And I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with my wife. I'm unpacking a house. And I'm getting these people calling me fucking, and then it was nonstop. And then
I can't even imagine.
Like the first 3 months, I was getting arguments with friends that I knew for 40 fucking years. You know,
about anything important or about like these stupid requests?
Just requests. And like a friend of mine called me and said I stole a picture from him in 1980. Like, bro, are you fucking crazy? And I called his brother, and his brother goes, he's going nuts. Leave him alone. And it was just like 10 people. And it was just breaking my heart little by little. I was like, I wasn't seeing my friends to the amount that I would. Mm-hmm. I came into a world that I thought I knew, and I really didn't. That world was 35 years ago. That world didn't exist. And that broke my heart for a while. Like dealing with that. So I'm happy I got it off my chest. I worked it out, and now 4 years later, listen, I'm 4 years older. I took a break from stand-up, and I think that it was the smartest thing anybody could ever do. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of options now. I have options to end it after the Garden or keep going, you know. But this is it. It wasn't what people thought, and I talked about on the Theo podcast. That podcast almost killed the store. And people should know that. Like, we were fucking going, you know, it was 3,000 milligrams a day. It was 5 Xanaxes a day, you know, or a fucking, you know, whatever, mushrooms. There was a fucking half pound of mushrooms in my closet for a while.
Would that have been there with or without the podcast, though?
No, it was just, I didn't know who was going to come on the podcast when I needed them to torture you. Tell him, during the pandemic, I was coming to Lee's house and giving him these tubes. Remember those tubes we were drinking that tasted
like they really did. They're like vials from a scientist.
Yeah, they were. I was drinking 2 of those a day, 10 ABXs, a cookie, not to mention 8 espressos, 10 espressos a day, regular coffee, the mental, I don't want to call it a mental stress, but you have to.
Yeah.
Listen, comedy is always going to be 70% mental. And I don't know if I'm even saying the percentage is right. I could be off by 5 or 10%. And that's why I tell people, like Sundays, get your rest. Especially after you did 5 shows. Because your feet might be tired, your back might hurt from sitting on the plane. But what's wounded the most is your brain. It's rattled. It's rattled. Right. People, and you get all this stuff after the show, you're taking pictures, you're talking to people. That moves quick. And you go home at night, you put your feet up, and you go, what the fuck was that? And on top of that, not only did I have the road, I had a thing called the Comedy Store. Right. Which at the time was fucking booming. You'd walk in there, and it'd be like walking into fucking a festival. You know, you saw it. It was like walking into a fucking festival.
It was one of the best times, and I can't even imagine. And I think, like, what I just realized when you were talking about everything is like when everything's mental, because you're a very positive person and like all the shit you say, but it's not like you have to ignore that stuff is happening, but you always talk about like overcoming it. Like, yeah, of course, like, there's gonna be mental stuff going on, but it's like you can't pretend like life is perfect all the time.
No, but it's so weird. When you're an MC, you're stressing bombing. When you're a feature, you're stressing a manager. What are you going to do next? How are you going to get seen? How are you going to get booked? It's always a mental stress. And then when you become a headliner, my problem was I cared a lot as a headliner. I had bombed so long that now I wanted to go. It's like right now. Right now I could be doing comedy. It just doesn't appeal to me because I don't have that set. If I had that set, you'd be done right now.
Right.
When we discussed this, it's after you do comedy 20 years, your set becomes a little weird because you go to your comfort zones. And now is the time to get out of your comfort zones. I didn't know this. Somebody mentioned to me that this is why older comics get into politics. They get into political comedy because they don't want to, they have already exploited their personal life. And I feel the same way now. It's like when I tell you, what am I going to talk about? Nobody wants to hear about me and my 11-year-old daughter. They don't want to hear about that shit, you know. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And as long as, but yeah, comedy's mental, brother. It's physical when you go on stage, energy, but a lot goes into it. 5 shows of headlining, 5-hour sets, pictures, and that's why towards the end I had to cut out shit. Because it's overwhelming. I cannot take pictures till 10 o'clock and then be on stage at 10:15.
No.
You understand?
Well, everything is mental. Like, would you say after like everything you just talked about, like the past 4 years, do you think you're a different person? Obviously, some parts are the same, but
absolutely. Listen, I still love to eat my mushrooms. I still like to do my bong hits. I haven't taken a Xanax in 2.5 years. And it was funny because I wasn't done withdrawing. The program she drew for me, she wanted me to keep taking a little Xanax every day so you wouldn't get because what happens with Xanax is when you get off, it's like alcohol. You could die.
Damn.
I was taking a blood pressure medication that they give people when they get off Xanax. So that helped a lot, that medication, not to let me get a stroke or something. There's something. But once I cut that little last piece off, because at one time I was taking a piece in the morning and a piece at night. And I realized that I was fine. So I took the piece in the morning. That by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, that's when my world would flip up. And then at night, I needed a Xanax to fall asleep. So I had to learn how to get off the Xanax and learn how to fall asleep naturally. And now I'm having a better time. I'm not taking Xanax. I take another, like a prescription medication, but it ain't Xanax.
Right,
you know,
and it's a lot of people have trouble sleeping. I think that's pretty normal.
But now
Like,
it's a lot. Like today, I took Sunday, I think. Oh my God, Lee! I slept like 8 hours Saturday night. I went
wow.
to two jiu-jitsus. I've never done that. I went to the 11:30 class and I stayed for no gi for the first time ever. I got mauled. You know, I learned a few things. It was great, but I knew that Sunday and Monday were going to be rough. I fucking knew it because I had worked out all week. Sunday, I didn't do dick. Sunday, I took a 2.5 hour nap Sunday afternoon. And every time I go to get up, I'd look at the cat and she'd go, nah. And we'd cuddle it. Yeah. I'm sleeping a lot better. The quality of life that I'm living is a lot better. I have my mental is fucking 150% better. And then anxiety was gone. The anxiety I had was from unhappiness.
That gave you anxiety? Wow.
The unhappiness stressed me out. I was sick and tired of waking up to pee at 3 a.m. and thinking about that date I took and how it was a mistake. I was asleep, but I really wasn't. I was thinking in my sleep. So I'd wake up fucking, you know, out of it, you know. So I just had to learn how to do things differently. And it was great. And it's been great for me, man. I'm a different person. Absolutely. I'm a different person. I saw what I didn't like that I was doing. Too many videos, you know. The world could move on without me. At some point, you in your mind think that they need that video from you. And you see it all the time. People just put up videos every day. They're not even promoting a date now. They just want to talk to you about something. You're like, dog, you're just killing yourself to live. Get off that fucking thing. But it's not once a week. It's every fucking day. Wow. And I was falling into that trap. I was falling into a lot of traps because the era of comedy had changed. It was very, what do you call that shit? It was very desperate. You gotta, you gotta do this now. You know, they really want you. They don't want me. They don't want me. Why are you lying to me? So I had to cut that out of my life, and I did. And now I look at the internet, what other comics are doing, and I can't fault them. Cannot fault them because I was doing the same fucking thing.
Well, and speaking of this, because I was going to ask you anyways, you mentioned it a week after, like having a week to like process what happened at Madison Square Garden. How are you feeling about that?
Well, not only was Madison Square Garden a big issue last week, but it was also like I had a bunch of shit happen this week mentally. It was also, I think the Wednesday or Thursday was 36 years that I got sentenced to prison.
Whoa.
And that always hits me a little weird. Like that always goes, wow, what was I thinking? Every year I go, wow, what was I thinking back then? And this year was a lot easier because it took 36 years for me to get to the Garden.
Yeah, that's badass. It happened like the week of, I guess.
So it was like, so one part of me is like, you know what? That's the way to end the career. At the Garden, move on, go out with the fucking bang. But then the other part of me, listen, I'm 61 and I ain't dead yet. And I'm busy now, but not as busy as I'd like to be. These fucking idiots. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why at night? All fucking day. All fucking day.
Just to mess with you.
All day they had to fucking text me. And now they want to text me. See? Anyway, let's take a breather. I got to read something to you from BetterHelp. We'll be right back, guys. We're back, bitches. Anyway, contact BetterHelp if you feel the way I did during the pandemic or afterward.
I'm using it. I love it.
I had a lot of issues. I really did. And I never knew. And you never feel like you need to talk about them. And that's the first time in my life that I finally came down to. Listen, I've always had issues with the addiction, the fucking mom dying. There's always been an issue. You know, you always have something going up. But you attack the ones that I just wanted to get that feeling out of my heart anymore. That was it. And I got a lot to be grateful for. I got a great family. I got a great house. I laughed my ass off here. Very low key. We're very low key, Lee. Very low key. Nobody even knows I'm in this fucking town, and I really enjoy it. I sit on my balcony. I get high, not outside sometimes, but I sit out. Ever since I got attacked by the raccoon, I don't get comfortable. And
Do you
then
think he's going to come back?
I haven't seen him, but my wife said she saw 2 of them in the yard. Then I go out in the yard in the mornings, but I got a hornet's nest on my fence, so I can see the. You know what? They don't bother me, and I don't bother them. So we're both on the same fucking page here.
You're not going to go over there with like one of those spray things and attack the hornet's nest?
I'm a Buddhist. Let them live. You don't sting me. I won't go over there and spray this fucking chemicals on you. We're cool. And we learn to fucking live together and everybody's happy. Speaking of living together, when are we going to cancel cable?
The only reason I have it at my place is because of my mom. There's no reason to have it anymore. Especially not the actual cable box.
Well, who has a cable box? You have the fucking thing that you change the channels, whatever. But obviously, that's a cable box. You're right. You got me there. I just saw another movie coming out August something. They made like a bunch of movies nobody wants to see.
Oh, yeah.
It's either movies you don't want to see. They made that movie with Elvis and the fucking Hardy as bikers from Chicago. Listen, I like a nice biker movie, but I don't want to see a bike from 1930. And the chick was horrible. I mean, everything that's come out, it's like nothing's in the movies. You and I have discussed this, how much we enjoy the movies and going to P.F. Chang's and getting some fucking soup and then shooting right into the movies and smoking a number. That fucking thing is dead. I mean, TV is dead. I'm watching shows I've watched 3 times.
Really? You're just rewatching shows now?
Just rewatching shows.
And has it gotten bad enough for you to like consider watching any of the Marvel movies? Like any of that stuff?
Never. I watch them sometimes with Mercy, like if she likes the ones with Hardy, Vixen, or whatever the fuck that guy is. But the Avengers, I like Black Panther. I really like Black Panther.
Really? I'm surprised. Okay.
Yeah, but everything else, it's I'm not going to put it down. It's just not my cup of fucking tea. I like movies with substance. I like a good love story. Rocky's a love story.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I enjoy movies, but the thing that's really killing me is just sitting at home at night has been really starting to take its toll on me. Thank God I do things. I look up things. I research things. I go on DraftKings. I play the casino. I read. I fucking make charts. I clean out notebooks. I do a ton of shit at night, But Jesus Christ, you sit down at night, 8 o'clock looking, because I don't watch TV at 7.
No, why not?
I don't put the TV on till after 8 because 7 o'clock is still fucking Jeopardy. I feel like an old man. So I don't even want to be in that Jeopardy hemisphere yet. Makes me feel too much like a fucking dad. Like I got a blanket on my knees and I'm just sitting there waiting for the bomb to drop. So yeah, when you watch Jeopardy, you're just waiting for a bomb to drop. You're waiting for Iran, somebody to just knock on your shoulder and go, it's over. Good.
You don't like to guess the answers?
I'm always wrong.
Me too. Everyone's wrong.
I'm always wrong. But then you sit with my wife could fucking win all the Jeopardy questions, but she'll forget her phone here. There's no Jeopardy questions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who knows Jeopardy don't know dick about life. Look at those people in Jeopardy. Like if you said to them, if somebody calls you from Africa, don't give them your bank information. They'll give it to them. Those are the people that give the Africans their banking information. They want the $5 million that was left to them from King Fahim under his name, because they have no fucking common sense. So they win all the, what Beatles song? And they're right there. Fucking Beatles song came out. And who gives a fuck? I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, and you want to fucking hit me with a quiz here.
I would love to see you on there. Have you, because you were talking about like movies and TV, and I know you wrote the book. Have you ever like considered writing either of those things? Like, is that anything that interests you?
Again, I'm a positive guy, but for what? For what?
You don't think you'd write a good one?
It's a fucking not even. Listen, I could write a great script about my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Write a phenomenal script about my life. But let's be honest with you. The book did well, and one person reached out, and the deal went under. You know, it's not an easy. It's not, I'd like to be a series, but it's never going to be a series. This can't be a series. This is a movie. You know,
think so?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
if you really think about it, this is an Academy Award winning movie because it's an Academy Award winning script. If you put the right people in the right places, this is a great script. But at the end, it's going to be an uphill fight for me. And then I'm going to get 20 million to shoot it. And then before you go to shoot it, they're going to look at my Twitter and give me 200,000. Now I got to hire people for $100. I got to hire a water pistol instead of a real pistol. I end up with an Alec Baldwin, some guy dead on my set. Listen, it's not even, I don't want to waste the energy.
No.
Okay. And television right now, listen, man, look at the shows they're picking up. They're not picking up anything. They shot one pilot last year.
I'm at a point where I don't even know what was out there. Because I don't watch cable.
I don't know what's on the 4 channels. Fox, CBS, ABC. I know The Bachelorette's on. I always look at white-looking dudes with suits on, giving some Chinese chick a rose. You know, I see that shit. I watch a little ESPN. You know, I love my I don't really love anything anymore. Like, it's not like I've seen everything. I haven't had The Sopranos on in 2 years. Like, it's been like 2 weeks. I can't even watch those anymore. I just watched The Wire for the last time. Whenever you come, we put it on because I know you like it.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't seen it in a while, and then it was great.
Television has gone to, and everybody I talk to lately is like, I'm thinking I can't. Fucking Optimum is like $300.
Oh, it's wild what they charge.
$3,000 to watch fucking nothing. Nothing. To get a bunch of political people yelling at each other at 2 a.m. No wonder these politician people getting fucking crazy. No wonder they're crazy. It's on all fucking day, yelling at each other, and Kamala Harris and the fucking guy. And you're like, you know what? I still got to get up and stab 3 motherfuckers tomorrow. So if Jesus makes a comeback, I can't focus on this. I got to focus on my family, my life. Well, Joe, you're not focusing on the future. Who gives a fuck about the future? Iran and the Jews are about ready to blow themselves up and fucking drop firecrackers over here. God knows what the fuck's going to happen here.
It's not worth it. And like I brought up the Marvel stuff because Jesus and I went to like a Comic-Con this weekend.
Oh, how was it?
So everything in me, and Jesus and I were making jokes the whole time. There were definitely some. I would love to bring you to a Comic-Con. I don't think you'd last 3 minutes.
No, I would not. No, wouldn't go in there.
But when you were just talking about like everything that's on TV and the movies, at least they they love it. Like they were there from like Thursday till Sunday, but it was like the people walking. I would just love to see people walking around in costume. They had to make your own. You could build your own lightsaber, which I thought you'd really like.
Build by what?
Lightsaber from Star Wars.
What's a lightsaber?
Like the blue thing that like Luke Skywalker.
Oh,
you could build one of those for $200.
That's a bargain. I would have done like 8 of them.
but like, and then like, have they ever asked you to be a part of one of those conventions? Because there were a bunch of like actors there, like signing stuff and taking pictures.
They've asked me, Lee.
Mm-hmm.
It's like asking me to go to a weed thing. You could ask me. I ain't gonna go.
I couldn't see you there.
Like, listen, we've gotten a different culture. The youth of today developed these Comic-Cons, and I love them. And I really think it's a great idea. It's not for me.
Right.
I'm not that deep in entertainment that I give a fuck who's going to be in the next Marvel movie. Like, we're going to unleash this guy, Brian Downey Jr. or whatever. It's I did a thing a couple of weeks ago, and I got a lot of slack for it about wasting time.
Okay.
As an adult, like, you have to live your life, but we teeter on wasting time. We really do as Americans. And it's part of procrastination sometimes. Like, we're going to go to Comic-Con. We don't need to do it. It's so many things. I know the Comic-Con numbers across the country have been down because they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah.
They're fucking expensive. They take you for everything in those things, And my brother works on them.
Mm-hmm.
George is a great framer, and he does them in California. He did it for years. This year, he didn't do it. He didn't want to do it. And I think, listen, if you want to dress up, but there's a lot of different people there, correct? People with like furries and
I saw one group of furries, but it was interesting because like some of them were actually pretty cool. Like they actually build their own costumes, and this one was at a casino in Connecticut. Great casino, but it's not like to the level of San Diego.
Okay.
But like that part was pretty cool. I will say there were some people that like Jesus and I were saying, like, they just don't, what you think I'm going to do, just not leave the house. And they were just a little rough. Like, they weren't dressed up, but like, they were like, so some guy was walking around with his shirt off, and he would look worse than I did. And he just had the biggest nipples that I ever saw. And it's just, but there's also like, there was some comedy stuff there, some movie stuff. Like it was cool. There was a couple people, that Kevin Smith movie Clerks. There were a couple people from that. Eric Estrada was there.
Oh boy.
I would love to see. I mean, he wasn't there, but they were selling his stuff. But what was pretty cool was the art stuff, because like they had like actual like comic book artists like who were there, and like one guy was actually like critiquing your work if you wanted it. Like he would give you advice, and it was just a world I had never seen. But like you're always in my head with everything that I do, but it's for that one specifically. I wonder if Joey would last 5 minutes here.
It's interesting. I think that I fucked up by not going and seeing it one time in San Diego.
Right.
And that's why I really can't judge it. For some people, listen, man, we're into different things now. Young adults are into different things.
Mm-hmm.
I see it with my daughter. I learn a lot. Remember when we had Ray Cannell on the podcast?
Of course. And
he quit sci-fi because he saw how his son was watching TV. And that tells you, when you pay attention to your kids, they tell you where it's going, and it's different. It's different for kids, what they find. They're into anime. I don't even know what anime is. Some Japanese art. I don't fucking know what it is.
Yeah.
Anime shirt. It's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen in my life. it with fucking pride. Ugliest thing I've seen in my life. I even threatened. I go, we got to get you a new one, because this one's giving me optical illusions. It's green. It's yellow. It's got squares on it. I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I'm not here to judge it or whatever.
No.
Things change for young adults. Priorities change. When I was 21, I'd rather be in Studio 54 jumping up and down eating Quaaludes. But for these kids, they'd rather go to a Comic-Con. It's something positive.
Right.
They smoke their little vapor pens, and they think they're walking on the wild side of life. And hey, it works for them.
Oh yeah, they love it.
I couldn't imagine, in my deepest being at a table, dressed in the Longest Yard costume.
Oh no.
Talking about that movie, or sitting at the Spider-Man 2 table and talking about that. And it just doesn't suit me. And, like, people come up to me now and ask me about Sam Raimi. And I'll talk to them because I know they're real Sam Raimi fans. I love Sam Raimi, everything he's done. Army of Darkness, all that crazy shit. So, I get it. When I saw Sam a couple of years ago, I almost died. I hadn't seen him since Spider-Man 2. And I saw him at a meeting, and he came right over. We hugged, we giggled, So I get it, Adam Sandler people, they're crazy. You know, they want to talk to you, and I get it. I get all that stuff. But some of the, like, I don't know. I don't want to meet anybody. Like, I don't want to go into a line and make somebody's life rougher. You know, it's like the wrestler. Remember
Right.
the
Oh yeah, yeah.
when they're at the VFW and fucking Rahway here, and there's like 8 people and they're selling Polaroids for $5. I don't know. I knock on wood, and I wish I'd never have to be in that position.
Right. When you were a kid, is there like, if they had that for like musicians or athletes, would you have gone to something like that?
Movies, definitely.
Movies.
And I went
Okay.
to a lot of them. I went to Bruce Lee festivals. I went to Charles Bronson festivals in the Bronx 30 years ago. They would do a weekend of Charles Bronson. I love all that stuff. And what I really enjoy is like martial art places. Like when I was a kid,
Okay.
there was a martial art place that was called Honda in the city. It was a building. It was a fucking building. And it was like 6 floors, and every floor had like punching bags. I like that goofy shit, you know, seeing like different, but everything else as a kid. I remember one time we robbed a van, me and a bunch of kids on Gibbonette Terrace. We didn't rob a van. There was a van parked on the corner that had been there for like 4 or 5 days. Like, what the fuck is this van doing on this corner? So finally one day we looked in the van, and it had, you don't even remember this, they had these shirts, and you could like press stuff on the shirts. Like now
screen printing.
you don't feel it.
Mhm.
But in the old days, it was a cheap shirt, and once you washed it, your mother put it on the dryer. Everybody had a picture of Farrah Fawcett on their shirt, and once your mother put it in the dryer, Farrah Fawcett was everywhere, right?
Right.
What was I talking about?
About the van.
The van. So we took the van and we moved it. One of the guys was like a hot wire, and he moved the van, and we put it close to one of our friends' houses, and we emptied the van. It was T-shirts. It was a press. And 1,000 stickers. Thousands of boxes of stickers, Lee.
Wow.
It was like 8 boxes, but each of them had like 1,000 in them. It was like a, you know, like a box like this, like an album box.
And they were all for like to put on T-shirts.
Yeah, like stupid shit, Rolling Stones, or, you know, just don't. And this is 1975, 76. And that Sunday, there was something in New York, like a T-shirt convention, and we went over there and sold all that shit. We sold.
Oh, snap.
We sold the T-shirts. We sold everything. And that one, I remember going there going, what the fuck is this? Like, it was cool. It was, I don't know where it was. I don't remember. Doesn't fucking matter. But that was me for conventions and stuff like that. Like, look, you're going to a convention this week.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
You are
You know
looking.
what? I've been to 3 of them so far. I'm going to Podcast Movement. And it's been very interesting. This is the 3rd one with my day job, and it's cool to see it from this point of view because it's on the business side of podcasting, and to see, like, I went there as a podcaster, and it's really cool, and you get to meet podcasters, and you get to like learn about new technology. But this is like the biggest week of the year, or one of them, just for like all the business stuff you see, like all the groups, all the ads you hear. It's like this is where like actual big, like it's more than us just in your office eating edibles and giggling on Stickum. Like it's a real deal. 15 years or whatever it is later, 13 years later, like this is a real deal thing now. Like it's a podcasts are real. So that's it's cool to be a part of that and get to see what's going on. It's not as exciting as Comic-Con, no costumes.
I'm really happy that you're moving here.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I'm really happy that, you know, you're trying to move on and do different things. I like to do a podcast in studio.
Okay.
Something fucking, you know, I don't know where to take it. I have a friend that I like to use, Dennis Colangelo.
Perfect.
Just to give us some more humor in there. I don't know how he'll do it, but yeah, I really enjoy podcasting. This is a little fucked up through Zoom, but we got our message out and it works. It works for right now. And I'm happy that people enjoy it, whoever does. And I understand people move on. I understand all these things. I understand more these things than ever. I know what it's like to get 500,000 downloads. And I know what it's like to get 10 downloads, and it doesn't affect what you should be doing in your life. It just, when it's time, you're going to get 100,000 on all of those. When you blow up, everybody's going to watch that shit. So right now, you just keep on making videos. But podcasting has gone somewhere different now.
Mm-hmm.
And look at us. 5 years ago, we couldn't Zoom a podcast. It wouldn't be acceptable.
No, and it's really cool. But I'm excited to be in studio again, whatever it looks like. It's just, I think this has been a blessing because I love getting. I mean, we talk all the time, anyways, but I love getting to sit down for an hour and talk to you and learn from you and laugh. But there's something different about being in studio for sure.
Well, the energy's there. Like I said, I don't want to put guests on because they slow us to fuck them. I'd rather add a dimension to it and we just go fucking off. This guy has the same craziness in his head like I do. And, I'm looking forward to you moving here. I think that's what I needed also. I'm going to be 62 in February. I don't want to work forever. But I tell you what, Lee, for about a year, I was feeling like I was going to die in this basement.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Like, I'm not going to die in this basement. I'm not going to die in this basement. I'm not dead yet.
No.
In fact, I'm more alive than ever right now. I just have to take my energy and put it towards somewhere. And that energy, I don't know what, whether it's adding 3 chapters to the book, whether it's finish writing this project with Steve Simone that I really want to do about Barnabas and St. Michael and Mary Magdalene. It might be being on stage, like I told my agents this week, I can't do 2 shows in the night.
Okay.
That ship sailed. For me to focus now, I have to do 1 and give you fucking everything I got. So there's no misunderstandings. I'm not doing it for quality. I'm not doing it for quantity this time. I'm doing it for quality.
And I was thinking about how you said you took a break. You took a break from a lot of stuff for a while. It's almost like have you ever heard when you have an allergy to food, they make you basically take everything out of your diet and then slowly put stuff back in to see what works. And that it seems like that's what you're starting. You've never really moved fat. That's what you're starting to do. You put stand up in for a while, and then you're gonna put writing in, and you'll see what fits. You're a completely new person. That's pretty cool.
I think that part of my attitude has really changed, and I hate hocking on this and saying it, but my jiu-jitsu school, my jiu-jitsu training, especially since last year, last December when I got hurt, I was like, either I'm going to do this, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm not working towards anything. When you lift weights, you're working. I'm not lifting weights to be Johnny Bodybuilder or to join a bodybuilder. I'm just lifting weights to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your blood pressure goes down and you get good numbers and cholesterol. But I wasn't doing anything and I said, this is the only thing I got. I'm going to build on it. And I've really, really, really done a great job the last 8 months. I really have, commitment-wise. Saturday, I never train on Saturdays. Never. I'm always busy on Saturdays, and it's my family on Saturdays. But you know why I went in there?
Why?
Because I only have 1 class for the week. And I made a commitment to make 2. And the last 2 weeks, I've made 3 classes. So little things start somewhere, and they build on everything else. I'm not telling people but you always should be working on something. You have to be a little better than what you were yesterday. And the only way to do that is to be working on something, reading, putting something together. Right now, I just took a notebook and cleaned it out. All those jokes I wrote this year, garbage. Got rid of them. Funny jokes, but nothing to reflect on me. It's the same shit I've been talking about for 25 fucking years.
Right.
So it's time to move on from that material. I watched Paper Tiger the other day from Bill Burr.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
There's a brilliant special.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very brilliant special. And that's the level that I want my material to be. Something from my heart that really bothers me. not what bothers the world. You follow me? We've all been doing the wrong type of comedy lately, and that's why you see all this putting down comedians. The podcast, I said it on Rogan a year ago. When you have the podcast and you do stand-up, you cater to your podcast audience. That's great. They're your audience. They're your people. But at the end of the day, you're alienating everybody else. So that's what I'm trying to do right now in my mind. I'm trying to change all that shit. Whether it's good or bad, at least I'm trying. And it's not going to be good right off the bat. It never is. But the more you take your mental into that direction, you'll see it. Observational comedy has always been tremendous. How the world affects your world. How your world affects the rest of the world. You know? It always does. And it's the littlest thing that you look at and break down. That's exactly what Bill Burr does. He's basic 101 comedy, man.
That's what to me, like my favorite thing about a great comedian, whoever it is like they can look at one thing, even just like a water bottle, and attack it from like there's jokes it's not just one or two, it's like they surround it with jokes, just one little topic. And that's what you're thinking about right now is like what bothers you, like what actually bothers you.
What really roughs against me? Comedy is about me. It's not about a gay guy that I don't like. It's not about a transgender act that I don't want to move. Everybody's talking about that same shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about that. So you have to take it somewhere else in comedy. Where that is, I have no fucking idea. I feel a lot comfortable on stage when I'm talking about eating ass and doing that, but can't keep doing that. Can't keep doing that.
It's like it's not who you are anymore.
No, I mean, I still like to eat ass, but it's tough for a 62-year-old man to go up there and talk to you about eating ass. It's cute for about 10 seconds.
The one thing I'll like kind of challenge you on is like you always whenever you say this stuff, you're always like, well, I'm 60 or I'm 62. Like you at 62 is a lot different than a lot of other 60. Like it's just the number thing I think is big to you, and I don't think it's as big to other people.
It's just a reality, man, that I got to keep in mind. Because if I don't keep it in mind, I'm not going to be grounded. It's like when I walk into jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you read, there's elite MMA, some page on, and it talks about old guys. I always refer to that article. And I always refer to the Rickson article, the Rickson Gracie video about age, starting jiu-jitsu over 50. And we talk about your expectations. Okay? And when you walk in there, yeah, you feel like you're 30, but you're really not.
Right.
And that's one thing that I always want to keep in mind. I never want to put a blonde streak in my hair, put a hat in my hair, and put little bracelets on to look cool.
No.
I don't want to change because I want to be cool and put a tattoo on my neck and have pictures of me smoking a cigarette in an alley, all mysterious and shit. It's phony. I'm sitting here. What if I made a comeback with a suit on? It's phony.
But like, I don't know. Would you consider yourself phony? Like that's
no.
And that's like that. I don't think, I'm not saying I don't think you would ever do half an hour on giving them the best dick of their life. But I think I don't think it grosses people out to think about you like occasionally having sex.
40, I was giving out good dick. Now I give out 2. It's a 2 or a 1. Okay, so I'd be lying to you right off the bat. And that's what I'll talk about. You're sexual when you get older. What happens? Like you look at it the same. The spirit is willing, but you can't cover the spread no more. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many things that I don't know. It's just different. It's just different. And for you to be different, it's got to start with you. I don't make age a big barrier, but I keep it in mind.
Okay.
Like me, I need to keep it in mind so I don't go off the deep end. You got to remember, I'm a retard. I'm a fucking. The reason why I don't act like a 62-year-old is because I'm immature and I'm a fucking mook. I wish, like, I was looking at something the other day, a bunch of people, like a ball. You know, people go to those. Oh, John Wick. I was watching John Wick last night. I was reading something. I'm watching. I just put. I've seen John Wick 80 times.
I love it. Yeah.
He shoots the big Japanese guy in the head. I love that scene. And the violin chick.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the guy with the ponytail. What was I talking about?
You were watching it and fuck. Oh wait, because you said like you're immature, and
Yeah.
you were watching John Wick and doing something.
I don't know what I was doing, but I'm not. They were having like a party. Like John Wick was going to go kill the Italian guy, and they were all drinking wine, and they all have costumes on, like, glitter. Like today, I was following my friend that's my age that goes out every weekend, Sunday. She went to something down the shore on Sunday, and she's 62, and she's at this thing, and it's like a black tranny dancing with two white chicks next to him, and it's like on the back of a fucking bar, and it's like, what are you doing with your life? We didn't like that shit. We were 20. Could you imagine now I walk in there and see this guy with a ponytail? I'm turning around and walking out of there. But back to being immature.
I love that ponytail's enough to get you out of there.
Yeah, man, I'm immature. Like, things that I couldn't do. I can't be that person. Go to a ball, or these guys that go to art exhibits and drink wine and like, what does that picture say to you? It tells me you're a fucking idiot. That's what it tells me.
Right, but I think that's like, and it's not the only reason people love you, but people love you because like you're honest, and like no one likes that stuff. I don't really think they even like it, but
But they go. Why go?
There's nothing else to do. There's nothing on TV.
Listen, a couple of weeks ago, I got invited to that Soprano thing.
Okay.
Listen, there's nothing on TV, but I ain't walking into the mouth of hell because there's nothing on TV. I'll roll a joint and drive around for an hour by myself, listen to Soundgarden before I fucking go to those things, okay?
Okay.
I'll tell you last week, when I first got those mushrooms are strong, by the way.
They're the ones you had on last week?
Oh, I still got. I got like a half ounce ready to go.
Just finish them. Just finish them. There's no rush.
Yeah, but they're not doing, like, I got to eat more every night.
Right. I just don't. I'm scared of them.
Are these new ones?
Yeah, they look like powdered donuts.
Oh, they're fucking strong. Funk Factory is not fucking around with these things. And I got these new ones. I'm going to send them money tomorrow to get me the new ones before I go on vacation. So I got different ones. These, I got a couple of chocolates. I got a couple of gummies. I'm going nuts down there for a week. I'm going to see my brother. I'm getting a box of fucking reefer this week with holes, with the hash in them and shit, and fucking
nice.
toe fungus in it, the whole thing,
I interrupted you. You were saying that last week with the edibles, something happened.
Oh my God. So one night, not the edibles.
Oh, the mushrooms, I'm sorry.
I ate I don't weigh them.
Right.
So I just eat them. And then the other day I go, I should weigh them and see what this weighs. And I put one on, it was like 3 grams. Like, I've been eating 3 grams a night. I thought I was eating like a little gram. These things are like stuffed mushrooms with fucking. Last night I ate a piece that put me on a different planet. It was ugly. It looked like the inside of my toenail it was uglyly. And I ate it. But let's go Tuesday night. I think I got them Monday. And I ate a little bit Monday. Tuesday, I ate some watermelon. They got new watermelon gummies. I ate them, and I ate a fucking like 3 grams. And I went out. And I went into CVS, and they hit me in CVS, all the lights and shit. And I got in the car. Lee, I sat in that car for 45 minutes. It was just looking on the floor, listening to fucking James Brown. I'm trying to make calls. Nobody's answering the phone. I'm lonely. These mushrooms are hitting me. I'm
surprised you could even make calls.
Oh, my God. I was making calls, but nobody was answering. Or at least in the mushroom trip, nobody was answering.
I was going to say, did you even hit go? Like, dude, I can't tell you how many times at the hotel that I stay at when I come to see you that I've made it back to the hotel. I've just sat in the car, no radio on. I'm like, I can't believe I made it. It's like a 3-minute drive, but it feels like it's 3 hours.
The worst is it hit me, and I got to go on the 18. It's all dark and shit. You think you see deer, but you really don't. I'm out there dodging things, and there's nothing out there.
Oh yeah, edibles I'll do, but mushrooms, dude. every time I'm at your house, I like you have a ceiling with those lights that are in the ceiling, and every time I see spiders up there. Like I'm almost convinced that you put like a little fake spider or something. But I can't imagine. I would jerk everywhere driving on that shit. That's crazy.
So what do you got this week, Tarzan?
This week, Friday night, I'm at City Winery in Boston at 8:00. On Saturday night, I'm gonna be at Mulligan's in Biddeford, Maine, 8:00. Very excited to be back in Maine, and then a big one, August 30th at Rodney's. I'm very excited to be my first official show as a New York City resident. Very excited.
August 30th is a Saturday night.
Friday.
Yeah, I'll just be getting back that Saturday. So,
well, I'm like you were saying, dude. I'm so excited to be moving there. Just to see you is gonna be great. The comedy is gonna This has been
you're not gonna see me a lot. Just worry about your fucking comedy career.
No, right? See, fine. You know what? Maybe I
ain't walking up 4 floors to see.
No, I know you're never coming up. I was thinking about that.
Hour 15 minutes, and then I gotta walk 4 floors, and I gotta find park in the boot. Listen,
you know what? There's that parking's not bad up there, which is pretty cool. And then
until I get there, then I'm driving around the corner. I gotta park in front of a fucking hydrant.
Oh, I know. If you couldn't find parking on one loop, you would just leave. I'm aware of that.
Because I still got to walk 4 flights.
Yeah.
The challenge hasn't even begun yet.
I've had it before. I'm going to have to hire people to help me move in. I can't carry shit up 4 flights of stairs.
I told you. That's going to be a nightmare. You better get that rope and that arm going. You better get this motion.
It's not bad, but it'll get me in fucking shape, I hope.
It'll get you in shape. Walking up and down. Like I said, after a month, you're going to go, I don't know what I did.
But dude, there's the whole reason I got the apartment is it was the nicest one inside that I've seen, but it has like a 20 by 20 terrace balcony. Like it overlooks New York City. Like I can ride out there and smoke a little bit of weed, and just like it's the coolest thing I've ever seen at any apartment I saw. And it has central air, which I don't know how people live in New York City without air conditioning. So I'm hoping they don't ever raise the rent, but I can't. I'm so excited.
I think people that live in Venice and tell you they don't have air conditioning. You're sitting there in their living room and you're sweating. You got a mosquito on you, and they're like, "Isn't this nice?" No, not really. Put the fucking air on before you out of here.
They're like, "Listen, we opened 2 windows and the ocean breeze."
Oh, the breeze. Listen, the ocean smells like ass. It's Santa Monica. Homeless are shitting in there. Fucking people are coming from other countries. You go in that water, you come out glowing in the fucking dark in Santa Monica Pier. That water is disgusting. You don't want to smell that. When you walk out of there, you go home. By the time you get home, you smell yourself. You're like, what the fuck? It's like going to Galveston, Texas.
Well, I bet homeless people wash in there, don't you think?
Shitting, washing, pissing. I can't anymore. But my brother, have a great week.
You too, buddy.
I will see you. Have a great time in DC.
It'll be fun.
And keep me fucking posted. I'm here. I'm queer. I'll keep you guys posted also. Stay black. Have a great week. Uncle Joey and Lee love you.